Good evening, Internet. It is Tuesday, which means it is time for Twilight Malediction, our persistent rhyme of the Frostmaiden campaign. We're back for episode 13, I believe. Hopefully, not an ominous number. And most importantly, we are back with our first official broadcast as a Twitch affiliate. So it's a big deal to us anyway. So thank you to everybody who's come out and followed, watched the show, and most importantly to these four fantastic guys for just meeting some random dude on the internet who decided he wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons and going along with him and being great at the same time. So thanks to everybody. Like I said, specifically the players and everybody watch subs, everything. We really appreciate it. So, episode 13, we are back. We will do our usual beginning stuff. We will meet the characters, do a quick recap, and jump right in because it's a big episode, and I say that every week, but big episode, y'all. So let us begin meeting our fantastic players and the original cast of this channel, a significant portion of its success. Let us start with... Let's start with the barbarian, Jaatuuli. Yeah, little closure with the family deal.
Yeah. I am Jaatuuli. I'm the war shaman of the Vori tribe, and I am a giant white lizard that is not to be trifled with, and he always goes for the best kills.
Yeah. You didn't bite anybody's face off last episode. You okay?
Yeah, well, none of the faces look that great.
Okay. All right, man. Good to be
Cats are quarreling in the background. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Bite your face.
They're like, barbarians.
All right. Sliding over on the top row, let's go to our monk. Seems to have contact from other places to maybe show him the way. Lewis, tell us about Baldr.
I'm Lewis. I'm playing Baldr, who is a Court Azamar monk, and he is, just trying to make his way, trying to show what he can do, trying to be a helpful part of the team, because he has found some people that he likes to travel with. May not agree with everything, with everybody's ways of view, but that's what makes adventuring fun, right?
Sure. Finding people, the real adventure was the friends we made along the way. Sure. I love it. Dungeons and Dragons is good for that. Let us go downstairs to our cleric, who seems to be kind of adjacent to a growing problem in the northern part of Icewind Dale. Dustin, tell us about Kelroth.
Yes, I play Kelroth. I am a half-elf cleric of the life domain. I'm playing a character who he has sort of sworn himself to do no harm, specifically himself. He's not opposed to other people hurting people. He just knows he can't for personal reasons. And yeah, he's just kind of trying to do his best to help out, and he's kind of started to get along with a group of adventurers and do that.
Right. And you're gonna have to find somebody. And last and not least, our missing member of the party, the ever curious and possibly the cat in this scenario. Landon, tell us about Orryn.
So I play a rock gnome artificer named Orryn. At the moment, he's pretty terrified. He just got blasted, and when he got up from being blasted, he just sees a bunch of shadowy figures, and he can't really hear anything yelling out for everyone. It's like he's in I don't know. I think he described it as like the that place in Stranger Things, the upside down, right?
Yes.
Sort of like, yeah. So he's definitely scared. He wants to be back in everything back to normal as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think lots of people do. All right, it's our amazing players. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on the social media, your host and dungeon master for the evening. And yeah, let's get going. So last time, the party, after defeating something of a family squabble in the Vori village, met with a member of the Flaming Fist mercenaries who, despite offers of charity and help, seemed none too interested in what the party had to offer for fear of retribution from his commander. Eventually leaving the party in quite swift order, more optimistic in his fate back at the Flaming Fist camp. And they also met kind of somebody driven mad, a part of Dazan's doomed adventuring party, who filled in a couple more gaps, mostly in relation to the glacier nearby. After this, the party set off across the tundra, mostly back to finish some kind of unfinished loose ends that they'd picked up along the way of their adventure. And the first was in search of a missing acolyte of Lathander, who'd been known to kind of disappear to the north of 10 towns just past the Lonely Wood to conduct more scientific than faith-based experiments. The party kind of came along his cabin, looked around, found plenty of books about Netherese technology. Not the first time they've seen books on this subject in the last couple of stops or in some notable places. And after kind of looking through the cabin, finding it for the most part empty, a item on a table kind of set our artificer's little heart aflutter, and he picked this up, and upon picking it up, instantly disappeared from view for the rest of the party. From his perspective, he's in a world identical in like appearance, that he's still within the cabin. Cabin's just been altered slightly, as have his party mates, who just look kind of these vicious shadow creatures. While trying to gather his bearings, he looked out the window to see if anything outside the cabin had changed, and it too became just this kind of endless blackness, with the notable exception of one thing, that there was a figure out in the distance who looked like this and was walking towards the cabin from the darkness. So we will pick this up with Orryn first, in this kind of parallel upside down analogy from pop culture. Staring out the window, seeing this creature coming towards him, and the rest of the party unable to hear his cries of help or even kind of do anything about him. And we will pick it up with Orryn and this thing staring out at you. It should be up on the stream in a second if it's not yet.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
It's got no face to bite. That's worrisome.
I don't know. Maybe you just can't see it. Just go for it.
Yeah, I'll still try if I get the chance.
Take radiant damage. His face is bright. No, just a joke.
I'll have white teeth though.
All right, Orryn. So everybody, the object that you just picked up just still lies there on the floor, basically right where it fell from when you picked it up. The kind of figures of your adventuring party have now turned to these kind of dark, wispy shapes. Unable to hear you. You are unable to touch them. You just kind of go straight through them. And like I said, this thing outside the window headed towards you.
So, I think Orryn is going to take, like he's going to get out of view from the big monster and like try to like get into a corner away from all the wispy things and the thing. And he's going to sort of like kind of retrace his steps as to how he got there. You know, like everything happened so fast, and he's going to think he like felt the sting or whatever, the psychic damage from the orb. Right, there's like an orb.
Yes. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like an orb with like some handles on it.
Yeah. So he will assume that however he would get back, like maybe it was like a some sort of item that teleported him to this place. That's the only thing he can think of, anyways. So he's gonna go try to grab it again.
As you try to grab it, despite it appearing perfectly solid and intact, your hands just pass right through it.
Oh shit.
Okay. So that went a little differently than I said. That's okay. What do you think that Orryn, once he starts calming down, would realize that the wispy things may, because they're not like paying him any attention, do you think he would realize that they would be the party?
Okay, let's hold that thought. Let's go back to the party then.
Okay.
Orryn picked this thing up and is now gone. It slams into the floor like it was dropped from, his chest height. And he disappears instantly. It clangs to the floor. And as far as everything else goes, from your perspective, everything is perfectly normal, minus the gnome that is now missing.
Did he teleport away?
What was the object again? It was like a replica of that like stone thing. Is that what it is?
It looks like some of the drawings from. Hold on, let me get rid of the. Boom. So there it is on stream. It's an artifact that looks like a lot of things in books that you've seen written by the Netherese in Avarice's house. Probably the Netherese Spire, where you encountered Dazan's simulacrum. And where else? That might be it. But they come from these Netherese. They're the technology of an ancient like society of uber powerful wizards.
Right.
Let bump you. Touch it.
I mean, I don't know what happened to him.
Don't let him go alone.
Well, I mean, okay,
so
calm
did
down.
you look at the book was full of Netherese sigils?
The book.
On the table, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to look at the book, give me an intelligence check, please.
I'm good.
I'll look at the book because, like, I basically like reached out for like Orryn, like as he was disappearing, so I would like go for anything that would be close by.
Guidance.
Oof, that is not good. I'm not even gonna lie. So that's a 4.
You forgot your reading glasses, man.
Yeah, I basically just like put my hand through the table as I went to grab it. It's just like, oh god!
Smash.
Your 4, which barely keeps you from putting it in your mouth. Basically, Jesus, dude, a 4?
A 4, yeah. I rolled a 3, so I'm not.
So the best and most charitable that a 4 will get you is that the symbols that the book contains characters of 2 variety, like typically like common writing of the common language, and then these kind of runes that
around it,
but they are also in the book. and your 4 will tell you that the same style of runes in the book are the ones on the artifact.
Okay, so I just know that they're the same writing. I'm just like writing. All right.
What? Okay, how? It's pretty small, right? Like it's like a
It's
baseball.
for Orryn, it's probably like almost like a bowling ball size, like proportionally. For you, no, I'm trying. Oh, it's bigger than a basketball, like a beach ball. No,
A volleyball.
Okay.
volleyball for you, probably like basketball or bigger for Orryn.
Okay. Okay.
Cantaloupe or Jaatuuli.
Like okay. Do I don't know. Maybe he has to. Maybe he teleported somewhere. Maybe if we leave it, he'll come back. Maybe, but maybe we have to smash it. I don't know. I'm not studied in
I
these
don't
kind of
wanna-
things. This is not my area of expertise. My
I
area
want
of
to give
expertise
you. I want to hand you
more
the book
talking
and
to
see if
people.
you can. I want to basically give you the book. Like I basically felt
Kelroth,
good
do
looking at it,
something.
so I'm like,
I get on my knees and I try
caveman.
to persuade the rock to give it back. Give us back our Orryn. No. Okay. I mean, I'm not a smart guy. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a wizard. I mean, I'll look and see if there's any clues in the book. I'll roll an intelligence check too, I guess.
Me too. I'm gonna look over his shoulder. Jaatuuli can read.
Yeah, I got a 12.
Okay.
see, you're better than I am.
Jaatuuli, put him to shame, bro.
Big metal dice. I got an 11.
Okay.
Orrin's gone.
God, you guys are too dumb to save me.
Oh no.
You're lucky Orrin can't like
What
hear you all or see you.
Kelroth, what languages do you speak?
I can speak a lot, actually. I can speak Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal, and Sylvan. I'm assuming not the right one. Yeah,
No.
Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal, Sylvan.
I can speak Draconic, Common, and Giant.
Okay.
I can
Jaatuli's
speak primordial.
Jaatuli's 11 is going to recognize the runes on the side as being written in Giant.
Oh.
Give me an investigation check. Not that that might be much better.
Okay.
You noticed that there were a bunch of grunts written on the side of the book.
It was carved with somebody's fingernail.
I got
Giant.
a 14 on that one.
Not all of the characters on the artifact look like they are giant characters.
Can I read the ones that are in Giant?
It mostly just talks about the power of another land
Okay.
and the ability to cross planes.
Oh. This is some sort of teleportation stone.
Okay. Okay, so the concern is where did he go and how does he come back? And if we go, how do we come back? He hasn't come back yet, has he?
He's just a child. Julie worries for him.
I mean, that's very reasonable. He might be scared, but then he'll get distracted by something exciting, and we'll never see him again.
Jaatuuli will touch the stone and protect him.
Okay.
I don't want to. I try to do my best to prevent him from touching the stone.
All right. So Jaatuuli touches the stone, and as if like a flash happens, everything.
Does Orryn see this?
Yes. As he touches it, you would see a shadowy figure go over to the artifact, touch it, and then that shadowy artifact or figure instantly turns into Jaatuuli in like the exact same pose.
So Orryn just Jaatuuli, and like he's never been happier to see someone in his life. He like jumps and hugs Jaatuuli.
Jaatuuli
says-
has him back. Child, I have found you.
And Orryn says, "There's a problem though. I have no idea how to get out of here. But I noticed you touched the artifact, right?
Yes.
So Orryn points to the shadowy figure and says, "That must be Kelroth and Baldr."
That is, I would assume.
We have to try to warn them somehow.
The artifact had giant characters on it. I was able to read it. It said that it was basically the key between two planes.
Can Orryn can read the rune thing from?
Yes.
He can't read giant. But,
Okay. Yes. You can do everything with it. It looks perfectly normal to you. You just can't touch it. You can walk up to it. It appears on the floor, and like the second you walked up to it, everything's normal. You just can't physically touch it or interact with it.
Can Orryn? He can't speak giant, so I guess it wouldn't really help Manny to try to read it.
I can read to you what I can off of it.
Can Orryn like gather any hints off of that?
Give me an intelligence check. You're smart, dude.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
Well, I rolled a 3 on the dot. 8 total.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You believe
I guess the
you believe
I guess
in
the
what he
lack of
says
being
it's
able to
giant script.
Alright. Well, having not been able to stop Jaatuuli in time, I'd still be in like the same pose. I would refrain from touching the little ball. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Like whoa, 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 whoa.
Orryn is going to run and try to run through one of the shadowy figures and see what happens.
You're gonna
Kelroth drops dead.
you're gonna pass.
I just like face plant into the wall.
Which one are you gonna run through? The one closest to the orb, which would probably be Baldr trying to stop Jaatuuli, or
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you kind of take off in your manic little sprint, you are going to just basically run right through it as if it's fog or smoke or something. You're gonna feel essentially like nothing, and Baldr is going to feel like a quick like shiver as you pass through him to the other side.
So Orryn will turn to Jaatuuli and says, "Well, I guess that didn't do anything. So
Is I guess I wouldn't know. I'm gonna take like I don't know. Like, is it possible to? How heavy is this thing? Like, is it reasonable for me to lift it up? Can I use a like a cloth, or like is there like a stick or something that I could like lift it up with
I would say
without touching it?
I would say it probably weighs. Actually, it might even be a stat block for it. I'd say it weighs probably 3 to 4 pounds. Like it's not.
Okay,
I
so it's
can
not
use my-
unreasonable. Okay.
I can use my quarterstaff to like stick it through it and kind of like wedge it up
Yeah.
and like put it back on the table.
Yeah. Well, let's put it back on the table.
Okay.
Without touching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because of the way it's constructed, it has kind of this weird corner.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna kind of pick it up. Like I said, it doesn't seem too heavy, and gently rest it back on the table, and give me a perception check, both of you.
Both of us or both of them?
Both of them. The non-upside downs.
Oh, come on.
You're not gonna like this one.
I always roll so low.
It's a 7.
I got a 10.
I got a 7.
Uh,
I rolled a 3.
Hey, so did I.
You're gonna notice that in the inscriptions that kind of go around the whole thing, now that you've picked it up and it's oriented differently on the table, there are a couple of spaces, you would say, on the exterior kind of rings that are blank.
Can we correlate if the runes that are on the orb are the same runes that are in the book?
Yes.
They are the same runes?
They are the same characters, yes.
I don't know. I'm like, can they touch it on the other side? We're assuming that they're on they've teleported somewhere. I don't know.
Jaatuuli will try and grab who he thinks is Kelroth from the other side.
You're gonna grab, like I said, like essentially like trying to squeeze a cloud, a dark cloud, but a cloud nonetheless. And Kelroth is going to feel like a really cold kind of breeze hit him several times. And as Jaatuuli kind of squeezes Kelroth kind of side to side, his attention is going to be drawn out the window as there now appear to be two beams of light slowly making their way to the cabin.
Okay, I'm getting these chills standing here. It's like, it's really cold.
All right, I'm gonna do something I didn't want to do.
I'm gonna touch it.
No,
Oh,
absolutely not. I am gonna hold the book, and I'm gonna activate my my racial or my class ability that lets me commune with my master, and I am gonna have the dark blue, light blue tendrils swarm around my body as I just kind of like you see like a glowing in my eye, and I want to commune with my master, and I basically want to ask if he has seen this writing before. If there was any, like, I'm looking for advice on this.
I'm gonna put it in Zoom chat just to do whatever. So while
The good news is the two people most connected to a higher deity are the two not teleported. So they, worst case scenario.
Mine's not even a deity. Mine's a dead guy. Like, I'm literally talking to a dead guy right now. So
He's talking to the master.
yeah. So
Well,
like,
okay, I assumed as an Azimar, the master was a dude.
It doesn't have to be a deity, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All pale to cryo pain.
Well, I mean, we don't know who's giving me my powers yet.
Probably cryo pain.
dude, you saw it. Like,
It's just crying. Yeah.
you made a big impression.
Yeah, right.
He was really impressed with you.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Okay,
So Baldur, your trance. How long does it last? Like if you did
A
it for 5 minutes.
minute.
Okay, so it's a minute.
It's a minute, yeah.
Okay.
So it basically just grants me advantage. Like I basically get whispers in my ear from my master. It gives me advice on like situations. Here, I'll read it. I'll read it to you. Third level, you can use an action to draw your connection with your ancestors. Misty tendrils flow around you, whispering advice only you can hear. Your transformation lasts for 1 minute or until you end it as a bonus action. During it, you gain advantage on all wisdom checks and saving throws. And that's it, yeah. So basically, I just get advice and I get advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay. Um, in a minute, your kind of informational sugar daddy will drop you those 3 little nuggets that are currently in Zoom chat. And while you're
Okay.
kind of communing for the minute, from the other side, Orryn and Jaatuuli are going to see who you figure to be Baldr, if you've been tracking which figure was which since Jaatuuli came over. And it's going to turn this like kind of glowing, beautiful blue as he sits there for, as far as you're concerned, it seems like it goes on forever. That he just stays this beautiful blue glow. And as his glow kind of gets brighter, the ambient light of the cabin goes darker. The figure that you believe to be Kelroth kind of shrinks and gets darker, and the 2 lights seem to be getting very close to the outside of the cabin, so much so that you can almost hear footsteps in the snow.
So, Orryn will tell Jaatuuli, because we're like, so he'll say, we may need to hide from these monsters out there. I don't know anything about them. I've never seen anything like that at Silvery Moon. I don't know. I have no idea what they are. I definitely don't want to face them off though.
Jaatuuli kind of puts his hand on your chest and shoves you behind him. Jaatuuli will not back down, will not hide. I go over to the window and start like screaming at the window.
Orryn sit over here like, oh no, we're gonna die. Jaatuuli's like, I will die a warrior's death.
Alright, so I want to look towards Kelroth, and I basically want to tell him that the answers are in this book. We must figure this out.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'll take the book. I'll pop down next to the stone, and I can't read the book, right? Or can I read the book?
Jaatuuli told you it's like the script. It's essentially
It's got
like
giant
somewhere
text.
between like a script, like just A, B, C, and something of like a cipher in giant. You're reasonably intelligent. You could recognize distinct, individual characters, and you can see that there are some characters on the artifact that are not in the book.
That are not in the book.
That are not in the book. And there are 2 blanks, like the outer ring is covered entirely in these orbs, all regularly spaced, all perfectly sized. At one of the kind of junctions, there's a space where you could fit 2 of the runes that are missing.
Well, I'm like, I guess I don't know. I'll take a shot in the dark. I'll copy down the 2 missing runes. With my um my phoenix feather pen and
Okay.
ink that makes burning symbols, because that's the only thing I have for writing.
Nice.
So I'm like, well, I don't know, and because I can see the missing spots, I'm gonna copy the ones that are different onto the thing,
Okay.
also not touching it.
And you saying that there was extra runes on there, I want to see if you can scratch the runes out that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, okay, I could try doing that.
Okay.
But I'll see what happens first when I do that.
Okay. The 2 runes that don't match anything in the book are the ones immediately, like, adjacent to the blank space. And the pen manages to kind of etch something into it, not like a chisel or, professional stone carver's tools would, but it does manage to make a gouge in the exterior rings. And in doing so, the rings become a little bit smaller. And like everything just kind of shrinks one, kind of size. As far as Jaatuuli and Orryn go, you don't see, you see, the rough outline of Kelroth kind of standing over the artifact on the table. Kind of a willowy arm moving, but nothing too distinct, nothing what's in his hand. And as the etchings are carved into the object, the whole cabin starts to shake. Like if you were in a snow globe and somebody went like this. Nothing falls. Nothing really happens. Everything literally just kind of shifts underneath your feet as you stay stationary. The cabin moves and slides underneath you.
This is the Temple of the Ancients, isn't it?
And as it does in one of its kind of lurches forward before it jerks back to its regular position, it has lurched out and picked up one of the well-lit figures. And as it lurched into you, it is about 10 feet away from you. And I need Orryn and Jaatuuli to roll initiative, please.
Oh.
Oh boy. And I rolled a 1 on initiative. I have
Woo!
a 3. At least it was initiative and not like
You're
an attack
Dr.
roll.
Quick today.
Yep.
No, nobody's rolling good today.
Yeah, I have a roll of 3 and a roll of 1.
Jaatuuli, what you
Nailed
got?
out a 13 on that one.
Okay.
I'm the big baller today with my roll.
I'm sorry, we didn't have a long rest from the last time, correct? Or did we?
You're...
When we fought the Yetis.
No, we did.
We did?
Yeah.
After the... Okay.
Yeah, because it's been... You guys have been traveling for a couple of days.
I thought that was the case, but I didn't reset my hit points.
And
so
we also, like, after the Yetis, we went to that room to sleep, specifically in the cave or thing. So we did definitely long rest.
Yeah, so you're... Yeah. And as far as you guys go, everything operates... As far as you know, everything operates the same as it always does-ish. So this walker is going to just be kind of transported, and with a kind of quizzical kind of mannerisms, is just going to stare directly at Jaatuuli, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Easy.
Yeah. That is 23.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
okay. So
I'm very good at those.
it attempts to just kind of flash the bright projected light out of its hood, and it's very bright, especially as the room's gotten darker. But to no ill effect, no sheared, burned retinas, anything like that.
It doesn't know that, like a snake, I have a set of false eyelids that are always closed.
So that will be the end of they are called Cold Light Walkers turn. It will now be Jaatuuli's turn with it like literally in your face.
And in my face. Dang it. Take a bite of his face.
Light the light.
Bite the light when in doubt. Bite it out. All right. Let's see. So I got a 16 on the bite.
Yes.
And I got an 11 on the axe.
The 11 does not.
All right. But the bite does hit. Nine damage from the bite.
Okay. As you go to bite where this thing's head should be, it is this kind of scorching heat and like a spongy kind of soft texture, but nothing like substantive, not like a light bulb or like a glowing skull or anything, just this kind of odd scorching foam.
You just bit a lightning bug's butt.
Something.
That'd be cool.
Ethereal.
And it has no real reaction to the damage. I always hate these things. Like, you damaged it for everything you thought you did. It just has no reaction to it.
Tastes like gelatin.
Like spongy gelatin, like the whipped cream, like ambrosia. Like loose,
if you just make
hot
a
loose ambrosia. Gross.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was thinking like flavorless Jello.
I know, I guess we're not really in initiative order, but after writing that and seeing it change, I'm going to be like, well, something happened. And then Baldr had said that he wanted to remove the runes that weren't there.
Okay.
Right? He said there were not runes that weren't there.
The ones you just
Like
the ones you just filled in?
No. You said that that there were runes.
The two that were wrong.
Okay.
Basically, I want to tell him that that I basically want to imply that my master said that he was wrong.
Okay.
So if you were to see that there were runes that weren't in the book or whatever, then I want to tell him that those ones shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna attempt to take his advice and put that together.
Okay. Let's do Orryn real quick. I was going to do initiative order, then
yeah,
then
That's
initiative
okay.
order. Okay. So, Orryn, this thing kind of appeared as the room jerked forward and kind of snatched it out of the tundra, essentially. You watched Jaatuuli bite this glowing hot sponge, probably make a gross sound while doing it. And it seems, like I said, to have no kind of visceral reaction of any kind.
Orryn, he says, well, we're dead. And then he charges forward and Thunder Gauntlet.
Okay.
And that'll do
21
21 to hit. I'm pretty
yep.
sure that's a hit. And 8 thunder damage.
Ooh.
And it'll have disadvantage against Jaatuuli attacking it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Smash.
so that's in the upside down. Back in the real world, after being kind of instructed what his, kind of extra-worldly divinations had told him, both of you make an intelligence check with advantage this time, with a little bit of kind of a point in the right direction.
All right. Let's see. You said intelligence?
Yeah.
That's so stupid. I rolled 2 16s. What's the point of advantage when you roll the same number twice? Anyways, I got 16.
I got a 15, so.
The
We're both coming to the same conclusion here.
teamwork. So the two of you will realize that the last two runes that were done by whoever had come before you look like two characters in the notebook, just not completed. They probably take a couple of strokes. So there are some that look incomplete, as if they were characters from the book, just not quite finished on the artifact.
Okay, I will attempt to finish them.
Okay. While you do that, the light in the upside down for Jaatuuli and Orryn is going to get a little brighter, and Kelroth and Baldr are going to kind of coalesce a little more into a shape more similar to like themselves. Everything's going to get a little tighter, a little less like kind of wispy. They're going to be closer to their actual heights and kind of stature. The Cold Light Walker, the light from his face is going to dim ever so slightly, and it is going to raise a hand and blow this ice dust into Orryn's face. Jesus.
Okay, I'm about to cast Absorb Elements of Sure.
It's an 11 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's gonna then try it again. There we go, that's much better. 18 to hit.
Does not hit.
Oh, wow.
19 AC.
Wow, nice.
One away.
So it's going to blow this kind of, it almost looks like really fine snow into Orryn's face, and despite being, very cold.
It's just too tall. It's that angle,
Yeah, by the time it gets to you, it's just a little drizzle. And that's going to be the end of the Cold Light Walker Texas Rangers turn. And now Jaatuuli.
This is absolutely going to be the name of my power metal song. Cold Light Walker, dude. I'm going to turn that into a big old gallop. I'm going to have a good time with it. All right, so after the unpleasantness of biting its light face, I'm going to bite its light chest. Oh, it's a crit.
Okay.
Awesome.
Critical bite. So that is max damage, or what do we do with crits?
Max damage, and then roll all your damage dice again.
All right, so that's 10. So 19 points of damage from the bite to its chest.
Ooh.
And then I eat it. Give myself 3 temporary hit points.
All right.
And then I go ahead and axe it for my second attack, which is a 25 to hit.
Yes.
And that one is also at max damage.
Okay.
It's pretty low. So 10 more damage.
Ooh.
Orryn's
It's
pretty happy that Jaatuuli appeared.
the yeah. So as you bite into the chest, it's the same kind of odd, warm sponginess. You see it exposed underneath the cloak once you get through it. But the majority of the bite is this kind of like leathered, like the cloak, whatever the material is for the cloak, like a leather or like a fur, it would appear. Like I said, still same deal. Does all the damage. Still hurt it. Not doing well.
Spitting out clumps of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Like
it hasn't like had an expression or like a reaction to any of the damage that it has taken thus far. And we are back to Orryn.
Orryn will go ahead and try to Thunder Gauntlet again.
Okay.
Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's not gonna. I rolled a 4, so 11 total.
Okay. I can't hit the gauntlet. I cropped it out of the shot tonight. So you're gonna kind of smash it down, and it's just gonna not even like pay it any mind. You're very low. It's kind of tall. You're just basically gonna smash into the ground on the floor. All right, let us go back.
I would like to characterize it as a misfire. Like these things, they sometimes the electrical doesn't go right. So I imagine he just like hits them, but like it doesn't fire. It just like blows some smoke.
All the same.
looking at it all.
Or he's like, damn it.
All right.
He just kind of.
So now we will switch to the regular world, where our slowly coming to figure it out cleric and
Yeah,
monk.
it looks like your math the whoever wherever you got your hint from. I don't know if you said that. It looks like some stupid person didn't do this right, so I'm gonna fix it with my fixing powers, called a phoenix pen burning ink thing. Actually, we don't know if it's a phoenix. Anyways, I got a feather. I'm gonna fix the mistakes.
You know what's awesome about this? If we come back, it's due to a phoenix feather.
Hey, phoenix down.
Exactly.
Do you have 99 of them in your inventory?
This isn't a cutscene. You don't die yet. Yeah. So, yeah. Can I? I'm gonna fix the runes or the writing that looks like it's wrong.
Okay. So
You're wrong.
So you managed to, I guess finish the characters of the last two that were done by whoever built, or the last, not you guys, basically. And what remains right now is the two that you did fill in that were incorrect, and the decision to what to do with those. And yes, probably most likely what to replace them with. Let me get an intelligence check from each of you at advantage.
Ooh, nice. That's not a natural 20.
Okay. Baldr, you're going to kind of have deciphered more or less a pattern of the characters as they appear in the cipher, and you would have a reasonable guess based on the pattern that you see in the book as to what to put in its, like, what would be next, according.
I want to like look over
spaces.
Kelroth's shoulders, and I want to like as he's like gonna like write something down, I want to like kind of like smack, like no, look at that one, and like point to another rune, and like that one, that's the rune.
I'm like, okay, I'm trying.
Okay. As you gonna what kind of complete them with the pen? scratch them
Yeah,
out?
yeah. I mean, yeah. We'll like fix them so they're right, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you start to, you're going to see, Jaatuuli and Orryn are going to see the figure you guessed to be Kelroth once again take, this time actually take something to the artifact and look like he's actually tinkering with it. And as he does, the room gets a lot brighter, and the cold light walker lights get significantly dimmer, like just kind of slowly fade into like almost a complete darkness. And I'm going to need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
As you are crushed, as this dimension is destroyed, and I kill both of you, and it will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Punch, throw you into space in a little
Hey!
trapezoid.
I rolled 19 on the die, 20 total.
Wow, you're a dexterous guy there.
Yeah, usually not.
I got a 15.
Okay. All right, 15 and
Good
what?
numbers, good numbers.
Yeah.
15 and 20.
Oh, okay, cool. You're each going to take 16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, jeez. I killed them.
As you... So its light is going to fade to nothing. It is going to explode out into basically the same shadows that you had seen of your party mates. And as it hits you, the second it hits you, you are back into the cabin with Kelroth and Baldr. And on the floor, a pile of the kind of cloak and cloth that you had seen the cold light walker wearing, but with a figure, like a something underneath it. It's not just Obi-Wan Kenobi's robes just falling into nothing. There's something under a pile of them.
I'll go over and like see what's under the pile.
Okay.
I'll sit there and be in pain.
Yeah, Orryn as well. He like sees everyone, and he just kind of like breathes out that sigh of relief. He's like, just kind of like lays on back.
It is an unconscious human man.
Is he alive?
Barely.
Barely.
You have a bite
Okay,
take
I
one?
will. If he's barely alive, then. And how many hit points are you guys at?
I'm at 29 out of 45.
I'm at 46 out of 62.
Oh, you guys are fine.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, geez, they're not hurt at all. Okay, well then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on the barely alive individual.
Okay. As you...
Yeah, 10 hit points of healing. Or,
Okay.
I think, 10 hit points of healing.
As you cast your spell, you get the sensation that something large is like making footsteps nearby.
Like the sound of like snow crunching.
More of like the Jurassic
giant.
Park, the water in the
Impact
cup.
is what it is.
The other members of the party do not seem to react in any way when
So just I noticed this?
you feel it, and if you want to look around and look to see if anybody
high
else
passive
does,
perception.
there is no indication that anybody else has felt
Okay,
this.
I cast the heal. and then I notice this. So as soon as the spell is done, I'm just gonna be like, "Holy shit! Did you hear that?" And then I'm gonna look out the window, the closest window.
And you're gonna feel like an incredible like warmth. Yeah.
In the snow?
Just from at the same time you feel the
That warm
rumble.
snow.
All right,
You're gonna feel like
I'm gonna
a sense
walk
of warmth
over-
from inside.
I'm gonna walk
From
over.
inside the building?
From inside, like yourself.
Oh, from inside me.
Yes.
I'm gonna explode.
I'm gonna walk over towards Orryn, and I'm basically just gonna walk up to him and go, "I told you to be careful," and just kind of like
Smack him upside the head.
but I'm glad you're back. But yes, I'm gonna like give him a firm, hard pat on the back. But I am going to heal him for 4 hit points as I do that.
The good old injure heal.
That's right.
Yep, that's the rod of healing right there.
You know, that's like the good massage, like ooh, you know.
Just like, don't scare me like that again. And I like bust a knot loose
It
in his
hurts,
back.
but it feels good.
Orryn, he says, well, you know, technically, I didn't end up dying, so no harm, no foul. He says, kind of a sort.
There's a warmth growing inside me.
Well, you just happy to see us all back.
Yeah,
No.
you're just happy.
I mean, literally. Apparently, there's a warmth growing inside of me. Or is it coming from outside?
It's from
worms.
It's from inside you. Like you, the same way you would feel like if you had like a whiskey in the winter, or like a coffee or a hot chocolate, like that actual.
Oh well, I mean
that tangible
nice.
warmth.
You got a good warm feeling. You're
just
complaining about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna. But I felt a shaking, right?
Yes.
And no one else?
And no one else did. I'm gonna turn to everyone. I'm gonna be like, guys, I am panicking a little bit. I'm feeling really hot, and I felt everything shake. Did you guys not feel that?
Feel what?
Everything shook. There was a shaking. I am genuinely starting to panic a little bit. I look out the window. Is there anything outside? Did I see anything?
It just
You just see an eyeball.
it's essentially the kind of darkened tundra that you walked into the cabin from. There doesn't appear to be anything outside. The body underneath the clothes begins to kind of move.
Like they're becoming conscious.
Yeah,
Again.
and just
really
kind of
Give them some good healing.
sits up and like, oh, what the? Oh,
I want to take my
do we know the apprentice's
staff
name?
and like push their cloak back with my staff. And I want to what's his name?
I forgot the apprentice's name.
Macratus, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the couple notes. I've only taken a couple notes. I want to like put as I'm like pushing his hood back with my staff on Macratus.
Yeah, yes. Oh, I can't believe you found me. Oh, what happened?
You shined your light in Jaatuuli's mouth.
Oh, that wasn't me. That's what happens when you spend too much time over there.
It was you.
Over where? Where were you?
It's the artifact. It finds a way to manipulate like the planes. You can bring other planes of existence together or closer on the wheel. Perhaps even crash one into the other.
Explain the shaking that Kelroth feels.
I I don't know anything about any shaking. I don't even know how long I've been gone. I was working on this thing I saw. I heard about a wizard
Is the
finding
shaking
one.
still happening for me?
No, it was
Oh.
probably like the equivalent of like 2-3 large footsteps.
Okay.
Freaking out.
Okay. But do I still feel warm, hot? Like am I...
It's faded a little.
Okay. All right. Did I explode in a burst of golden light? Did I level up? Is that what happened? I play World of Warcraft. I know what this is.
Did I just get promoted?
Did I do a backflip?
Promoted.
Okay, I'm gonna look down at the guy. Gosh, how long has he been gone? Months, right?
Gee, I mean, I think you guys
A
are.
couple weeks at
Yeah,
least.
you guys are getting into like
We were
week
told he
3.
was gone, like... Okay, so he's been gone for almost a month. I'll just say, yeah, we were sent to look for you. We were told that you were gone for almost a month. So it's been about a month.
It's been so long. After I changed, I went all over Icewind Dale trying to find my way back, and all I could see were these 2 glowing objects, one in the north in the glacier and one in the south high in the mountains.
What were you doing here exactly? It seems like...
This orb you were in possession.
I not possession. I built it.
And what is it supposed to do?
It's
Built this.
it's an adaptation of a piece of Netherese technology. It's supposed to be able to transform the weather here, and I don't know as much as the Netherese, and I thought I could build something, and it...
Not a wizard.
I was like, well, that's sort of noble of you, but also pretty stupid. I mean, at least we were here to help you. It doesn't seem like, outside of whatever happened to you, that there were any severe adverse effects. But
Let Jaatuuli crush his head. This is
no,
his
no,
fault.
no crushings. I think it would be best if
He come back with us.
Yeah, if you took
and
your
we're gonna
book
take control of these items that you've got.
and maybe share this information with who should we like the Harple?
No.
What about the
Harple's someone
guy?
we kind of suspect of being possibly.
I feel
Yeah.
okay.
Possibly,
This is not the
obviously.
time for the conversation,
We've got
but
we've gotten 2 people that
Well,
says
it
don't trust her.
yeah,
Like,
no,
2
I
different
don't.
people.
I don't.
She has undead
I think
servants.
she's yeah. Well, okay. I'll tell you my feelings on her later. But what about that
Great leg.
simulacrum?
Undead servants.
The
The Zans.
the
Maybe
sorcerer?
that information could help him out.
Noob
Either
servants.
okay. I take the book. This is my book now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel we just take
we
possession
saved
of these
you,
and we'll
and this
we'll
is our
figure it out
reward.
later. 'Cause,
Yeah.
that's-
I put that in my backpack. Book of Netherese engineering. or
yeah. Well, I
whatever.
mean, we were told that this literally could like start shifting the planes, and that's not something this dude needs to be fucking with. Like plain and simple.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So listen, we're heading back to town, and you can come with us. And I think
No, you
that
need
maybe,
to come with us.
Yeah, I mean, and you should maybe focus your efforts on helping the citizens in the 10 towns, and we'll try and get to the bottom of this thing. Going out on
This
your
curse.
own, yeah, the going out on your own didn't really work out. So we'll take it from here.
I need to get back to my master. I'm sure he's
gonna
he's very worried.
punish you so hard.
But yes, I was a fool to think that I could mess with Nethery's technology. I can't stand what this curse has done to this land, and I needed to do something.
Again, it was nice of you to try, but hopefully you learned your lesson about doing things on your own and meddling with things that you maybe don't understand.
Orryn likes us. Yeah.
I am full teacher right now. I'm just like, not okay. Okay.
I'm back
And I kind of like, do you think you can stand? And I lift him up to like put him on his feet and, pat him down a little bit.
So he feels kind of, obviously.
I gave him a nice heal. He should be.
Yeah, he's just a little sickly, like a little of
sure.
weak. He's been gone for a while. Very appreciative.
I give him a piece of like ration, break up a piece of ration for him.
We can't.
yeah, some jerky.
Before we go, we have to do something. We have to do something with the Summer Star.
Smash it.
Yeah, Orryn says, well, I'm a little afraid at this point of touching it, but what do we do with it?
Smash it.
It has to be destroyed. Somebody
it has to be cast in the fires. Just
somebody may come along who knows more than I.
No, we're destroying it or we're taking it. That's the.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Were you guys going to put it with the cursed sword? Did you guys leave the cursed sword on the boat, or do you guys still dragging that around?
No, we left it. We left
boat.
it for Crime Bean.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, we're just gonna throw it in the cursed items next to the cursed sword.
Yeah, we're just gonna have a bag full of
most
cursed items.
full of
We got
dangerous
wine.
cursed items.
Yeah, you guys are never gonna get
What's
through
the
airport security with your shit.
We lose the bag to like some
We'll just be that
14-year-old.
shop in Rick and Morty. We just sell cursed items.
Yeah, we lose it and some 14-year-old finds it and becomes the new Dark Lord. Like, okay. But before all of this,
I can smash it.
yeah, I think we'll do that. But we haven't fully explored this place. Is there anything else in here of worth or anything? Cause
We didn't
I
even
don't
look
know
in
if we-
any of the rooms. We literally
Yeah.
have been in 2 rooms and that's it. I tried to
To be
stop
fair, we
Orryn
went
from
into
grabbing an
the
orb
most
and it was
important-
like, BAM!
It looked interesting. Orryn couldn't help his curiosity.
I understand
fair,
that.
So
Somebody yells, "Be careful!"
you're in the big kind of room in the middle with the
Yeah,
table. This seems like a very kind of remote, like retreat in the woods of somebody who just wanted to go. I mean, the Unabomber lived in a cabin in the woods.
Hey man,
I'm
some
just
people
saying,
have nice
like,
artwork hidden
hey,
in
not this guy.
cabins in the woods.
This guy is here for shelter and isolation, and essentially to try to be like a benevolent Ted Kaczynski, and almost ended up blowing himself up. But the cabin is pretty, run of the mill, nothing special.
I ask him if there's anything that we should take from here before we, like, is there anything of note or value outside of this? Are there any other books that we should know about, or were you working on any other projects? Like,
Maybe we should burn it down.
He reaches inside this cloak and pulls out this like ragged, smaller little
he's got a gun.
book, and
He reached into his pocket.
this is all my personal work on this, and he just kind of extends it out to whoever would like to
take
grab
that
it.
too. Put it with the book.
And it's, as you kind of flip through it, it looks like more select kind of chapters and images from the Netherese books that you've seen before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll put it with other stuff.
Okay.
Jaatuuli smash?
Mm-hmm.
Or it
Okay,
says,
well, it's
hold
on the
on.
table.
Or it says, hold on. What if we took it to Silvery Moon and let them research
Oh, Jaatuuli smash.
it? Or it's like halfway saying, hold on. And then just,
I'm with, surprisingly enough, I'm actually with Orryn on this one. Somebody like there needs to be more research into like this.
We have the books. We don't need this object. sitting
We
over
have
it.
the books, but it doesn't mean like that's the be all end all. Like
We could make another one with smarter people in a more safe environment, but this thing we can't carry around.
You're welcome to get in the way.
Jaatuuli's already swinging.
You want to smash it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double axe chop.
I don't know if it's the right thing, but anyways, we're smashing it too late.
yeah, Orryn has a little bit of disappointment, but, you know.
Just like a, oh.
He's not gonna try to touch it to pull it away.
Yeah.
He's done with
the
it.
stone. Hold on. Hang on this thing. Yeah.
Maybe it's
Okay.
unbreakable anyway.
So the metal kind of crumples under Jaatuuli's strikes, and the little kind of rods that hold the stone to the metal rings kind of falls out. The rock falls to the side. The runes that were once like somewhat glowing appear to have faded and just now look like just etchings in metal.
Okay. It looks broken and inert now. Maybe let's.
Bag
If
it
you
up.
want to pick the broken parts up, that's okay.
Bag it up.
Yeah.
So Orryn will take that. Hey, he's gonna touch it. He's gonna touch it very.
Use a
Like-
cloth. Use a cloth, or put it in a
Yeah.
bag or whatever.
He said it's called the Summer Stone.
The Summer Star.
Summer Star.
Bash.
So Orryn will put that in there, planning on taking it to Silvery Moon when our
One day.
adventures here. Yeah, if he makes it out.
And as you pick it up, Macretus kind of like panics for a second, not really sure how to react, and then seeing you pick it up safely, and you just put it like in a bag or something.
Yeah, maybe like my backpack.
Okay. So upon putting it in the bag, he kind of, grabs his chest and is relieved that nothing bad happened to anybody again. And if we should leave. I'm not sure what else my journey to the other plane might mean for this place.
Yeah. Who knows
Yeah.
what else this fool has drawn here?
Yeah. I think the most important thing to do now is to head back home.
Okay.
Mush.
So
As we walk out, I'm mugging the shit out of this guy and just
Orryn will just build a little. Yeah, Orryn will take some of the wood from the cabin and build a little sled to attach to the back of an axe beak.
okay.
nice.
For the dude.
Yeah, the Macretus.
Okay.
That way we can keep going the same speed.
Nice. All right, so after a little work out in the yard to grab and build Macretus a nice little sled, you begin to notice that despite your, probably weeks at this point in Icewind Dale, that this is truly one of the coldest days that any of you have experienced, like, in your lives. And even Jaatuuli, a kind of indigenous resident of these parts, notices that it's significantly colder today than it has been. And yay, Wiley, thanks for the sub, buddy. So as you guys set off, I have our handy dandy little map here. Let's get rid of Orryn's product of disaster. And so coming up on the stream is going to be the like map of 10 towns. You guys are basically going to be just a little far north of Lonelywood, whenever it does manage to come up.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Okay. Oh, I wonder why mine's taking so long. Okay.
Maybe to refresh sometimes.
Yeah. So you're gonna, it's gonna basically be almost due north of the L in Lonelywood. As you, like right above the trees there, you're gonna see like kind of the bottom side of the mountain. That is going to be kind of the overhang that the west part of the house was over. So essentially, due south through the woods. Over the river, and then you'd be back on the road that would take you to Lonelywood, Tremolane, and parts from there.
We want to go back to Brinchander, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, we need to talk to the smith.
Yeah.
And that's where the priest was too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's basically like where our hub has become, because we got to go talk to the Mashan, the priest of the Morning Lord. We got to go talk to Garn, and then see what Kessel's doing. Cause
Yeah.
he basically made. we try to convince him to take over the town. So see how
That's
see how the
gonna be-
seeds
yeah,
of
that was in
That's
Targos?
Targos. Is where
that's Targos?
yeah, is where
Okay.
Kessel is. Bryn Shander's got the creepy speaker.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And at some point we gotta buy a house and make like a base. You know, we gotta like.
Real estate prices I hear are really low right now.
I mean,
Not
we
a
got
lo-
so
not a
much
lot of
gold,
people-
all
we gotta
time
like
lock in now at a fixed mortgage rate.
Yeah.
maybe hire some servants and some guards, and you know, like, oh, you know.
Are we?
Troll Skull Manor. It's Troll Skull
Well, you
Manor.
know,
all
if
over
we
again.
if we get rid of some Arl worshippers, you know, relocate them, we can take one of their houses.
I'm
I
always
mean, that's
opening. I'm
gross.
always down with opening up a tavern up here, helping the
Hey,
folks out.
I know this curse sucks. Here's a
Making
beer.
some money.
Yeah.
Now pay for it.
Okay. So you guys are just gonna kind of head
yeah, let's just go
south back to like the road and the easiest course of travel.
Yeah, let's get back to Brinchander.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys are gonna load up. Orryn's gonna finish his little thing, and like I said, for the first time in a while, you see trees off in the distance. Jaatuuli is gonna know.
I mean,
that...
it wouldn't.
Good.
Sorry, it wouldn't take too long to get to because we've got mounts, right? And this
Yes.
is like walking speed, so we're
Yes.
we're like going pretty quick.
Yeah, it should be like less than a day by.
Okay, easy peasy.
Yeah.
It
Let's
says a
do
couple hours.
Yeah.
So
And these boys are quick.
so you kind of set off, heading towards the tree line that Jaatuuli would recognize as the Lonely Woods, the last kind of little forest in the north central part of Icewind Dale. And the party's going to head off, kind of racing through the tundra towards the woods. And we're going to take a quick break here for just a moment. Then we are going to come back and meet up with the party on their little stretch to Bryn Shander. So it is 8:37. We'll try to be back at 8:42 to get right back to it, all right? And we will see everybody in a moment.
Now that the group's back together.
Ooh.
No more shadow dimensions.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're actually making it back to town. Weren't we supposed to do this like 2 sessions ago, and we just
It
keep
just-
getting
it's a-
sidetracked?
We
It's a-
started like 2
It's
sessions
a
ago.
long. It's a long travel.
I remember Manny being like, "So what do we want to do?" And we never got there.
Well, we'll head back to town. You're heading back to town, and now you're back. So we are back. The group, once again, is headed back to town. Axe Beaks, fully mounted and charging through the tundra with McCready's kind of weakly holding on to his sled being dragged by Orryn's. Orryn, are you dragging him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I figure my XP has the lowest, like Orryn's weight could literally be someone else's backpack.
Okay. So he's kind of holding on, a little rough over the roots of the trees through the kind of forest for the first time, not just the typical barren tundra that you've been experiencing for the last couple of days. And it's unbelievably dark and cold and really windy. And as you kind of make your way through the beginnings of the Lonely Woods and over the frozen river and onto the kind of trade road that Jaatuuli would know if you follows the river and essentially leads to Lonelywood. So on your left will be just dark and haunting woods and just the darkness in front of you as the road just kind of seems to stretch on for a little bit. And as you travel, Kelroth is going to occasionally get the glance of blue eyes from within the woods.
I'll let the group know when I see them. I'll
Okay.
just be like, "Oh, I'm like I caught in glimpses of blue eyes, watching us from the distance."
Right?
He
You're gonna,
wants to borrow my bow.
I don't think they're close enough. They're just kind of like, I'll like maybe wait for an opportunity that I get a good clear view of one, and I'll just be like, "There it is," and like it's like way off in the distance.
I'll knock an arrow, point at blue eyes next time.
a couple more minutes of travel. Kelroth vigilant and Jaatuuli kind of vigilantly looking. No blue eyes to speak of, but everybody give me a perception check, please.
Well,
Not bad.
Rolling like
Right.
shit tonight.
That's my average roll.
An 8.
I got a 17.
I got an 18.
Jaatuuli and Kelroth are not going to see blue eyes, but they're going to hear like the kind of crunching of footsteps, not only in the snow off in the distance in the woods, but also on like fallen leaves and something. The footsteps kind of continue, always seeming to be off the party's like left side, and Jaatuuli and Kelroth are going to kind of come to the realization that something is kind of keeping pace with them as they travel down the road itself through the woods.
Is it footsteps? Or does it sound like a mount, like a horse or a stag or a bear or something like that?
Give me investigation.
I'm not good at that. Yeah, just a 3.
you
thought-
want Orryn to help with the investigation?
I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, there's something following us, and I can't quite make out what it is.
It's a
but
consistent sound, and it's always basically in the same spot. No matter how much you travel, at no point does it kind of get behind you.
Is it getting closer, or is it just like keeping pace?
It's basically just keeping pace.
Yeah, I'll let the group know that
Orryn-
something is following us. But it's not like trying to get on us. It seems to be just keeping pace. It doesn't seem it's. And I just like point behind us. I'm like, it's somewhere back there. I occasionally hear sounds in the distance.
Orryn will look back at Macretus and kind of laugh and say, "This is why I attached the sled back there so that you'll be the first one to go. Something to text." He says, like laughing.
Yes, you've learned a lot, child.
I imagine Macretus is just like getting pelted in the face with snow from the axe beak, like it's
yeah.
just like kicking up snow.
Yeah, you guys don't have naked
He's
lady
begrudgingly
flaps
like
on
kind
your
of just like
birds.
this.
So as you kind of continue through, like along the edge of the woods, you definitely hear something. It is a quiet, still night. It's cold, but no wind. And there's definitely a sound now that all of you hear, constantly off to your left as you head south along the road.
I mean, it won't take us that long to get to Brinshander, and we're in the forest right now.
You're by the map. You're going to be just like north of the E in Lonelywood.
Okay. Like, I mean, it's not catching up to us or anything. I guess. So I don't feel any reason to like stop. We should just keep going, right?
I mean, don't ask me.
No, I'm not asking you.
I say go into the
We
woods. Satisfy that
We should always
curiosity.
keep going. But I wish it would rear its head so I could kill it.
Yeah. I mean, actually, surprisingly, not everything that's like caught up with us has been bad. In fact, I think it's like 50-50.
Orryn will say, if we stop and try to fight those, whatever has the blue eyes back there, because you said you saw the blue eyes.
No.
right?
No, this isn't Blue Eyes. This is just
Oh.
something following us. We haven't seen Blue Eyes we saw Blue Eyes at the start and then we stopped seeing Blue Eyes. Or I
Okay.
stopped seeing Blue Eyes. Yeah. This is something else. Assumedly.
Keep going.
Unless
Keep
anyone
going.
wants to do otherwise, I think we should just keep going.
Can Orryn send his the servant up in the sky, just like, and maybe like behind a little bit to see if they can scout it out?
Sure.
It's kind of like parallel to us, right?
Yeah. And then there's tree canopy in the
So
woods.
It's to our left.
Yes. So give me the thing. It's basically like a familiar. So
Kind of.
Yeah,
I would think
for
of
all
it-
intents and purposes, it's a familiar that I can like cast spells to and stuff.
okay. As far as like its abilities, like perception and the such, think of it like an eagle, or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
it's got +4 perception
Okay.
and +4 stealth.
Um,
I guess it'd be kind of sneaky.
Okay. So it goes up in the air. You guys continue along the road, and off in the distance, up against the lake, you see the kind of beginning outlines of a town. It's been a while since you've seen civilization. There seems to be a very kind of distinct kind of uniformity to the shadows that would make you think they were buildings and not, trees or anything. And as it begins to come into view, you also realize that there are no light of any kind, whether from like a window or a street torchlight. And what you believe to be chimneys have no smoke coming out of them. And everybody give me a perception check again, including Orryn's gadget.
It's a 10 from Orryn and
Uh,
12 with the servant.
Okay?
Is it too late to say, like, because I have the ability to, I have a spell that grants advantage on wisdom checks, which would include perception since it's a wisdom-based check. Could I cast that? And it lasts for an hour.
Yeah, you can cast it.
And then roll at advantage.
Is it just you or is it everybody?
It's just me. I choose
Yeah.
one target.
Yeah, go
So I'm
ahead.
gonna cast it on myself. I'm gonna cast Owl's Wisdom, and then roll with advantage.
Okay.
I got a 20.
Ooh.
And I got a 21.
16
Okay.
for me.
Being of a superior kind of eye line from the back of the axe beaks, Jaatuuli, Baldr, and Kelroth are going to see from the darkness the kind of like frosty breath of something from just beyond like the light. It's like where it ends and then just
Towards the town?
off in the woods.
Off in the woods. Something, okay.
And as
Is
it
is it like in our way? Like
no,
in our path?
it's off to the side.
It's like parallel with us.
It's a little bit in
And
front
it's
of
like
you.
we just like see it in the moonlight. We just
It's-
saw like the breath in the
the
moonlight.
breath come out of the darkness. You also hear the kind of like deep exhale
Oh, an audible.
of an animal coupled with the like discharge of the breath. And upon hearing those, two very blue eyes, pretty far apart, make up the kind of rough approximation of a very large face. That would probably be about 3 to 4 feet off the ground. And as you kind of figure it to be the face, the eyes go from 3 feet above the ground to almost 8 feet off the ground. And it lets out a roar like a giant black bear.
All right. Well,
Arrow time.
As the bear kind of stands up and gives its imposing, bear thing, you hear a second kind of snort of exhalation, a quick kind of like something running at speed, and the blue eyes are shot flying into the air like a rag doll, only to come to a like crashing halt after falling through some tree branches onto the ground, appearing dead. And a gigantic, hold on, for this blood
Killed it.
moose
nice shot.
appears and begins to charge at the party.
Oh Jesus!
Um,
It's very bloody.
Meats are already disturbing.
Oh, this one is
When
like,
will it blood meats?
yeah, this is like that. It's like, you know how that white rabbit in like Monty Python? Now imagine it
It's a
giant with
dragon!
antlers. It's okay. It's charging at us.
yeah, so I'm gonna need everybody to roll for
It attacked
initiative.
the bear first, right?
Yeah, it
I think it just waylaid that bear.
yeah, it just hooked it with the antlers and chucked it into the sky and killed it when it smashed into branches. And all right, hold on.
Is it just one?
It is just one.
All right, we're fighting feral moose.
And you said roll for initiative?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god!
Okay, hold on.
Did you break 10?
I
Ooh.
did.
Ooh, nice.
I rolled a 20 total.
Okay.
Better take that nice and roll it around a little bit. Keep that
I mean,
luck.
all of my other dice roll have been pretty bad today.
Okay.
Unless I got advantage.
Orryn got a 20.
I got a 12.
Okay.
21 for Baldr.
Ooh. Monk. Jaatuuli?
12.
He'll go first. I have a lower
Okay.
dexterity.
All right.
Sorry to steal your thunder, bro.
I mean, I do like that.
Personal
I got like
best.
my highest roll ever, and I'm still last.
Personal best, buddy. That's what matters.
Canon, man. It's canon.
You're
did it.
you're thoughtful on the battlefield.
This might be like my second time in 13 sessions rolling an initiative above 10.
I think it's the second time you rolled an initiative above 5. to be honest.
Probably.
So this thing is charging at you. I would have, like I said,
okay.
you were still mounted on your axe beaks as it charges you.
Oh no.
I will not. If you were to like hop off the axe beak, that is not like an action.
Yeah.
That's not
I
gonna
would jump
cost
off.
me an action.
It-
I want to. Can I jump towards the blood moose?
From your mounted position on your axe beak.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, dude, yeah.
Alright.
Hold on. Let me
who's
see
it
if
running at?
whoever would be in the
Like, who's
front
closest to
of
it?
marching orders where it's gonna matter.
Probably be Jaatuuli.
It would have been Jaatuuli and then me.
Yeah, if you guys got
Probably.
a usual marching order, it's what? Jaatuuli, Baldr, Kelroth, Orryn in the back, yeah?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, and Orryn was letting Macretus be,
Yeah, so
bait
yeah.
Back. That's Macretus. Yeah.
We come to a sudden stop and he bumps into
I think this
axe-beak
keeps
legs.
going and hits a little, if you've ever seen that, Just Friends, where he goes down the slide and then lands on his face.
He's probably
Yeah.
sitting back there going, so why the hell did we stop? What's going on? Now,
Just sitting there.
what the fuck?
He just sees like these giant chicken legs in front of it.
Yeah, what's going on? So Baldr, you'll be second. You can, make it past Jaatuuli, whatever. It's not like you're in a 10-foot wide corridor or anything. So you're going to be first to act, jumping off the axe beak.
Yeah, I want to basically kind of like give my axe beak the nudge to like move like right out of combat. Like I want him to like stay to the right of everybody.
Okay.
And like as I jump off to him, I kind of want to like pull like one of the reins and just get him to go that way. And then I want to jump towards the blood moose and see if I can, if I can attempt to
Bicycle.
get on. Well, I mean, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Attempt to like kick it, and like then get onto its like head / antler, its rack.
Okay. Do all the kicking and stuff, and then we'll do like athletics or something for you to like land or hold on to the head.
All right. So I'll jump off the back of the axe beak and just kind of like flying kick towards the moose.
Okay.
And all right. That's a 15, 21 to hit.
Yep.
All right, and then another kick, so it'll be 2.
Okay.
And that's 19 on the die, so
Yeah.
that'll hit 2. And then 6, 4, 3, 8, 15 points of damage
Nice.
from those 2. And then, I want to attempt to like grapple onto its like head rack section.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
All right. Oof, not too good. Not too good. That's a 7.
Ooh. Eeh. All right. So you're gonna kick it and try to grab on, but you're gonna fall like off the side as you kind of land on it. I'm gonna put you right next to it, essentially.
Okay, underneath its
Like
leg.
off to the like right next to its leg.
Okay,
It's
that's fine.
Okay, and then you're gonna be prone, but no damage from falling.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
That's
Cool.
not too bad. I can.
All right. So
It's gonna suck.
Couple-
It's gonna suck though.
couple
but
of
I'll be
kicks to
all
the face, attempt to mount it, and you just kind of slide over and fall in the snow. Orryn is going to be next to act.
From this distance, can Orryn get within 5 feet of it? Getting off the
Sure.
axe feet?
Yeah.
So Orryn will do that to Thunder Gauntlet to try to prevent it from getting advantage against fall.
Okay.
And he will roll. That's a 2 on the die, so 9 total. So Orryn's device still just isn't working. He's like cursing under his breath.
The move seems more scared by the sound than anything else, and it just kind of continues its like moose rampage. And Jaatuuli will be next.
All right. Jaatuli's going to go ahead and rage out and ride the chocobo up to the moose and jump off and try to do a less impressive version of what Baldr did.
Like calf rope or calf wrestling, where what you just kind of want to jump on it and just kind of twist it down.
More like a pit bull biting onto a very large creature. I'm just gonna bite it and
Drag it down.
yeah, drag it down.
Cool, love it. Go.
Ever seen a Komodo dragon attack like an antelope?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, that shit's vicious too, man. The acidic like drool, the acidic like saliva and stuff, and how quickly that shit works. Gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
They're all over the place in Thailand. They're like, don't touch them. No fucking problem.
Yeah, no thanks.
You're like, okay, good, I won't.
Yeah, done.
14.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I caught onto him. I'm all raged out and crazy. And that is. So that's 10 damage from the bite.
Okay.
And then I swallow a little bit of it and give myself 3 extra hit points. So I just love doing that. Not from its face, but from its shoulder, kind of neck area.
This bit.
And then I'll try and drag it down from here, because that was a bonus action and a movement action.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna do a You're gonna try to drag it down, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to try to pin it, essentially.
Okay. Then we'll do a contested strength check.
All right.
Its strength versus yours. You can drag it down whether it can stand. Ah, shit.
Sounds like it's not standing.
Yeah. This thing might slip on
Going
some. It might slip on some ice.
It tripped up on my body laying at its feet.
Yeah.
Where do I look at? Where do I find my number for that?
D20 plus your athletic or your strength modifier.
Oh, my strength mod, which just went up. So 18.
Okay. You're just gonna drag this thing to the ground like
I'm gonna
like a bulldog dragging like a large animal.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on top of it. You're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a bite of it and kind of lift it up and slam it down, and then be on top of it, biting on it.
Okay. So you've, jumped off your chocobo, grabbed this thing, bit the shit out of it, and knocked it prone, just kind of in the road. And Kelroth will be next to act.
Does this thing have blue eyes?
It does not.
Oh.
Decimated that blue-eyed whatever. That's
Blue
all we
eyes.
know.
Blue
This
eyes,
is the
black
apex
bear.
predator of the Lonely Wood.
Yeah. This is apparently what runs this block.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this.
That's
this
scary.
moose
First
looks
of all,
like
that picture is
moose like it's been
terrifying.
eating
dude.
people.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
It's like a vampire moose. It's drinking the blood of its victims. It's
All the
like,
things that you guys have seen thus far, and the
hardcore.
moose is where you guys are like, whoa, man.
This is like a hardcore moose, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's close to home, dude. Mooses are fucking scary.
Yeah. They are. They're
big as shit.
Gigantic.
and
They are
just fucking-
gigantic.
they throw their weight around and they're like.
They
oh,
can run
man.
like 30 miles an hour through snow.
I watched one turn a
yeah.
car over on like a
Oh,
mountain
yeah,
road just because
they're
it
no
wanted
joke,
to.
man.
Just knock this little fucking thing over.
Charles?
Well, it's not got.
Uh-oh.
Just an asshole, man.
Yeah, well, clearly. Is there any area or any like identifying marks or characteristics? Like, is it a mama bear? Are we in its territory? Like, yeah, I don't know. I just want to look around and see what the deal is.
It's covered in blood. It's
Yeah,
it's got
really.
it's got gouges in its antlers. It's missing patches of fur.
Okay.
This thing, like I said, this thing's probably just the alpha whatever of these woods. I mean, like I said, just take your knowledge of the food chain and
Yeah.
goes, what the fuck is going to eat that thing?
Me.
See, like, my instinct is to try to calm the animal or get the animal to flee, but Jaatuuli's just gonna want to eat it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bless them and make it easier to eat. I'm gonna cast bless on Jaatuuli, Orryn, and Baldr, so you get to add a D4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna run up to the bloody meese and get up in its face with my
Start-
shield.
Shit.
Yeah, just like I don't have any actions or anything, but I'm just like, I'm just running up there, putting myself in its presence.
All right. It's going to just kind of shake its head and try to make itself as impressive sized as it's prone. So it's going to kind of do its best to look up at you from a position of being pinned by a large lizard man.
You just hear me go, "What the fuck?"
All right.
Staring at me.
All right. The moose.
This is the scariest monster we've faced
That's
so
what I'm
far.
saying. So the moose, once again, is going to try to do a strength check to get free.
Okay.
It is not saying. Well, maybe.
12. So maybe it did.
Okay, so 9. It does not. It's going to try to wiggle free, both
I didn't have any footing.
by standing up and trying to like squeeze out from by going backwards. Jaatuuli's grip is just too big, especially to get those big ass rack through his arms as he has him pinned. So the moose is going to remain pinned, and we will go back to the top with Baldr, who is prone next to the pinned moose. Go.
So I'm going to use half of my movement to stand up.
Okay.
Remember, he's pinned, so you do have some combat advantage.
Yeah, I'll get advantage on that. So I'm gonna.
Plus D4.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess I'm just gonna go in for the go in for the blow, the final blow to the neck. I'll use my like spear hand strike and make it piercing damage and go for the neck. Ah, that's off the table. A 17 to hit.
Yes.
All right, and then I'll do another unarmored attack, and that's 14 on the die, so that'll hit. So, ooh, nice. Another 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay. The moose is going to rear back in like a kind of pain. Would you do like jab it in the side, the shoulder or something?
Like basically I went into like where the neck and the head meet, like where the like right in there and towards the neck, and I just kind of like spearhanded in there, and it's showing pain. I'm going to spend a key point and flurry of blows,
Okay.
and 2 more on unarmored attacks. So another 14 on the die, and 4 on the die, which turns into a 10.
10 doesn't get it done.
All right, so 1 more hit. Ooh, nice! Another 10 points of damage.
All right. It's going to really squirm and try to get free, but is still pinned under our lizard dragon worshipping strongman. And it will be Orryn's turn on his prone, pinned, just served up to him on a silver platter, just waiting to be thunder gauntleted.
Orryn will finally screw that, you know, he believes was causing it to be an issue. And, you know, 19 on the die, 26 total, I'm pretty sure.
That's going to get it done.
6 thunder damage. Rolled a 1 on the damage die.
All right. Hey, buddy.
Hey, that's
You're
all
on
he
the
can
board.
Yes, I'm on the...
While Jaatuuli has this thing pinned, Orryn's going to intrepidly kind of roll up there and just bing him once good on the big moose nose. The nostril almost big enough to swallow Orryn's fist inside of the thunder gauntlet.
It's like getting a toothpick or something.
Jaatuuli, next to go. You have a firm grip of this thing, and you have it pinned down.
Which means I don't have to roll to hit. I can just deal my shit on him. Right? Or
Yeah.
do I have to roll? I'm unclear on the pinning rule. When you're the pinner.
I think so.
Wait, what do you want to do?
He's got it. Like he's the one pinning it, and so he just wants to wail on it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not restricted from attacking. You can. It's just like, you know, you have to see when you hold a guy and you punch him. Like,
I mean, I have advantage and +4
Yeah.
potentially plus D4.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
I'll go ahead and roll.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what that gets you. That's a lot. That's a lot of things.
Unsure, we're unsure.
Because you can always miss and like hit him with your forearm and stuff like that. You know how it goes.
I definitely did not miss. I just got a 30 on the first one.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 19. So, and a 19 on the second one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is what I am seeing. It says you can make an attack, and you can make an unarmed strike, a natural weapon attack like a bite, or attack with a light weapon like a dagger. And you take. Oh, maybe this is 3.5. Whoops, my bad. Oh, that's, I
I
think
am
it's
using my
3.5.
natural attack, so.
Yeah, you can spite it. Oh, okay. There in 5e, there's no rules. There's no specific rules on it. So, whatever the DM decides.
So between the two hits, that is 21 piercing damage.
Okay. I gotta do math real quick. Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength saving throw as your strikes like really make this thing kind of jerk and get free.
Okay. I have advantages on saves, or I add a d4 to saves.
Does bless work for saves too? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not checks.
So 20 strength save.
So it's gonna try to really kind of buck up, and it's even gonna get you up, like almost to your feet, but you manage to wrestle it back down. And it's going to be Kelroth's turn.
Your turn, Kelroth.
What's its condition?
It's,
It looks like we're doing a good job here.
yeah. As you've said, it's pretty terrifying. Moose. It's, if we were playing old rules, it would be just about bloodied, which was
Okay.
what, 50 or 25?
50%.
50. Then it's just about bloodied.
Okay. Is there anything else in the area?
Nope.
I'm worried that something else is gonna attack us. No?
This isn't the worst thing, is it?
I'm like, there's gonna be 2 of them or something like that. Like, okay. Then, well, I mean, Jesus Christ. At this point, from my perspective,
You can help me.
there's a Jaatuuli Komodo dragoning it. There's an Orryn and Baldr taking pot shots at it while it's down. I'm just gonna hold on to I'm gonna hold on to a cure wounds just in the off chance that this thing has a chance.
Okay. All right. Jaatuuli, let me get a strength, just a regular check this time. Ooh, Mike got a chance.
19.
Damn it. All right. So it is going to once again try. Man, I thought my 18 was going to be good.
It was good. It just wasn't.
That was good
19.
enough. It's going to
'Cause
try.
you have advantage on strength checks as a barbarian, right? Or raging.
Oh, do I?
Oh, you did.
Not that you
Oh, got
need it.
raging.
This.
Yeah, no, that.
I just have a big plus towards it that I've been.
Yeah, barbarian rage. When you're raging, you have advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Oh,
All right. So.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna manage to keep it pinned down once again, and we are back up to the top with Baldr.
And I'm going to punch it again.
Take this.
Ooh, that's an 18 on the die.
Yes.
So that'll hit. And then I'll use my bonus action to hit him again. Oh, with a natural 1. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
You're all.
Fuck yeah, my D6 is on fire. That's another 10 points of damage from
Alright.
that.
Same spot, like right.
Yeah, I'm
Jab it in the neck.
just piercing damage and slashing damage. Like I'm gonna hack this thing's head off here eventually with just my hand.
It gives a horrible moose. What sounds it? Call? Grunt?
It's like a grunt, Yeah.
All right. We're not gonna do that anymore. Okay, it makes moose sounds, very bad ones, and it is going to be Orryn's turn.
Orryn is gonna charge up the Thunder Gauntlet and go for it again.
All right.
And yeah, that 23 without even including blast. So,
Yeah, that'll do that.
then we have eight thunder damage,
Nice.
and you know it has disadvantage on attacking people.
I mean, it's got to break out first. Like, basically, it's just like a rodeo with a moose. And you guys just kicking the shit out of it while I just sit here and roll 18s and do nothing. So, yeah, not bitter or anything. That's cool.
A horrible rodeo.
I don't know. I mean, Jaatuuli's probably having some fun with it. It's his turn.
Oh yeah, Jaatuuli's having a blast, I'm sure. All right, so that one is a 27 to hit,
Yes.
and that one is a 27 to hit.
Okay.
So let's do the damage. So we got math. So 22 more piercing damage.
Woo. Once again, at you just, bashing the hell out of it.
I'm locked in there.
Let's go ahead and see if this thing can try to get free again after the large. All right.
Ooh, he might have it. I got a 16.
Okay, 19.
Oh, he
So
wins.
the moose is going to manage to wrestle itself loose from Jaatuuli's grip, but it will not stand up in that kind of reaction. So it will be Kelroth's turn with the moose actively free.
Okay. At this point we're hunting. I'm going to cast. Oh wait. Let me just read the spell. Oh, okay. It won't work. Dang. I was gonna do something, but it's not gonna work. Instead, I'll be like, "Come on, you got this, Jaatuuli. Finish it off." And I'm cheering from the sidelines.
Words of
We want
encouragement.
some food, sausage. Let's go.
Words of
Yeah.
encouragement from the cleric. All right, everybody got a little warm spot inside. Feel believed in.
I do.
All right, the moose, having finally broken free and being sick of everybody's shit, is just simply going to rear back on its rear feet and just gonna try to come down crashing on Jaatuuli. Ooh, that's gonna get it done. 20.
It has disadvantage due to the thunder gauntlet.
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
All right, so it's gonna just
Yes.
it's gonna rear back and in a false show of moose bravado, just kind of slam down on the ground, missing Jaatuuli, and its own frustration is going to try again with its second attack. 16 is not going to get it done.
No.
This moose has had very bad luck.
Yes.
It's just it's not his day.
It might be nearsighted. It's taken a pretty bad beating today. It's dark too. Yeah. So the moose
Waylaying on this thing's head, man. It can definitely not see straight.
Yeah, it's a little punch drunk. So that's going to be it for the moose, but it is free. Yay, free moose. And we're back to Baldr. off to the side, essentially.
Yeah. I'm going to attempt to whack it with my staff.
Okay.
Since it's standing back up. Blech. That's a 11 to hit.
No, it's not gonna get it done.
And then I'm attempt to basically just like kick it into like the shoulder blade.
Stupid boost.
That one's gonna connect with an 18 on the die.
Okay.
With 9 points of damage.
All right. The moose is going to just kind of give out like a snort and kind of appraise its situation ever so briefly, and it is going to be Orryn's turn.
Orryn, now that it's standing up, he's going to try to Thunder Gauntlet it right between the eyes.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you saw that in the D&D Beyond roll, but it's a nat 1.
Oh no.
You can't.
His jump.
Unlike Little Mac in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, you are not able to jump high enough to punch your opponent in the face. And you just come like dangerously low, like underneath its nose as it kind of stands there. It's a big moose in your defense. Like it's huge. They all are. I mean, you're what, 3.5 feet tall?
They all are.
Yeah, it's giant. Dude, like for real.
Yeah.
When the metagaming is, this moose is terrifying, y'all. That like real talk. 5 adults know moose is terrifying.
Yeah, I fully get it.
All right. Jaatuuli's turn once again, having seen Orryn just kind of little mac it and miss.
With.
All right. So I got a 24 to hit.
That will do it.
I bite on. For 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I rip it to the ground and try to pin it again.
All right. Do I have disadvantage on saving throws too, or ability checks?
You don't have disadvantage. It only lasts 1 round. So
okay.
Where I missed that one, you're good. But it only affects attack rolls.
Okay.
Also, so yeah.
I got a 13.
It's down.
Okay.
I'll latch back on right behind its ear and just pull it to the ground.
And it is once again prone with you pinning it to the ground. Okay, so it's Jaatuuli. Kelroth, once again, the moose back down to the ground.
I'm a little disheartened. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. This is just cruel and unusual at this point. I'll just heal
You
them.
could always help us.
I can't. Even if it's just an animal, still doesn't feel right. Yeah. No, I mean, gosh, it like hasn't done anything to us. It just feels like we're beating up this poor innocent animal. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just waiting.
I'm good.
Yep.
You're all.
Look, I don't even feel a need to step in at this point.
So seeing,
I don't want to get my clothes dirty, you know?
you might have to meet important people. So after Jaatuuli bites it and pins it to the ground once again, and then sees Kelroth kind of not strike, the moose is going to take an opportunity to get itself free once again.
All right. I'm at 20.
Damn it. Okay, 18.
I'm
And
sorry, I'm so juiced, dude.
Yeah.
I'm rolling good.
so it's going to stay prone, and we are back up to Baldr.
Right. Back down on the ground. Here we go. That's a 15 on the die. Plus
Yes.
6, so that'll hit. And then I will
You're
flurry
still-
of blows. So a 14 on the die for 1,
Yep.
and a 16 to hit.
Yes.
So alright, all 3 of those are gonna hit. So that's 5. That's 8. And that's 10. So 18, 20, 23 points of damage
Woo.
right there.
The moose is no longer like putting up a constant struggle under the weight of Jaatuuli pinning it to the ground. And it's still alive. You can still see breath escaping its nostrils, but it seems to have, for all intents and purposes, given up the fight. It is to Orryn, and this very severely beaten moose lays splayed before you, pinned by your good buddy who came to your rescue after touching something. He's laying on top of it. It is your turn.
Orryn is going to put an end to it,
Oh, yeah.
hopefully. And with the crack of thunder. Okay, hold on. I rolled a 2 on the die, but I do get the bless.
An advantage because he's pinned, right?
Oh yeah, an advantage. I didn't roll. So it's 12 without advantage, and that's with advantage. 7 thunder damage.
How do you kill? How do you strike down this moose? That
The vibrations from the crack of the thunder just like rattle its brain, causing it to bleed out internally. It doesn't look as cool, but you see the blood coming out from its eyes, and it's just like,
See the Mortal Kombat X-ray view, and then it's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. Look at the X-ray view. You just see it's like spleen
Everything
shattered from
just
the it's
rattling
like
together.
busting, bones breaking from the vibrations.
Just everything turns to dust, and it just collapses in on itself like a beanbag chair.
Fatality.
Animality. So Orryn, with his finally magnificent strike of the blood moose, manages to kill it, and for the first time since Jaatuuli basically jumped on it, he notices that it's no longer struggling and has gone limp underneath his weight as it dies in the road.
And take one final bite into it, and then attempt to just rip his head off.
Give me a strength check for ripping its head off. Baldr pretty much poked at it in the neck. You've been biting at it,
I'm at 22.
With what little tissue is left, you managed, after a couple of good jerks, to rip the head square off of the body, dumping blood into the snow, creating this kind of rush of steam. And once it's separated from the body, you get an idea of how just massive the rack of antlers is by just the weight of the head detached from the torso of this just ridiculously large animal.
Yeah, it's probably heavy as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
My guess, that's a big rack, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, that rack's probably 7-8 feet wide.
And I'm just sitting there going,
sensing the kind of calm, or at least the non-movement and the basic detached head of the moose, the axe beaks managed to kind of wander back. Macratus just is having like the worst day of his life. He might have been happier just left in the like kind of nether. But they make yeah.
Are we in the wooded area still, kind of?
You're on the road, and the woods are like on your left. The road runs along the.
I'd like to see if I can get like some larger branches.
Okay.
And tie like an A-frame sled to the back of my bird.
Okay.
And kind of I'd like to start kind of like I'd like to gut the moose first of all, and then I want to just kind of like drag the carcass up on the A-frame, and I'd like to drag it back to town with us.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Yeah.
We can eat this bitch, sell it for meat. We got its rack.
Well, that, and like also we can like give it, what we don't eat, we can like basically like split it with the town. Like we take half of the meat, the town takes half of the meat. We can take the bear that this thing just killed and drag it back to town and sell the bear pelt.
Oh shit!
Is the bear? But it had blue eyes. I wonder if that makes the meat taste blue.
I mean, the bear pelt's worth, more than bear meat at this point.
Does anybody taste purple?
Is it?
I taste burning.
somebody grab Blue Eyes Black Bear and
you're the only. No, you're the only. Like your bird is the only bird that wouldn't be encumbered by it. So, Orryn's bird has the dude dragon behind it.
The bear? Yeah,
Jaatuuli's bird is basically at its weight load, and my bird just now is dragging a moose, so...
Well,
yeah,
I guess so.
Jaatuuli's
370 take the bear. I mean, people eat bear.
Yeah, bear's good meat, but I'm saying, like, the bear pelt is worth the most money. Like, that's where the money... But moose meat is where, like, that's where we're like really gonna get the money for us, like selling meat.
And maybe somebody who still has some wealth in town will want like the head for a trophy.
I mean, we can make that our first thing that we decorate our house with.
Oh yeah, let's get a house. All right, you know what?
You guys are.
Have I talked you into buying a house and getting a hearth and mounting a moose head over the hearth?
All right.
If they're just gonna keep sending animals at us, we're just gonna have to keep eating. Let's go.
All right, so
Orryn's gonna go from like 40 pounds to like 60 pounds pretty quick.
He's gonna be a fat halfling.
This moose is fatty. All right, so Baldr's going to drag the moose and head on their little sled, and Kelroth the bear?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
And it's only like a couple hours to get to Brinchander, right? It's not like unreasonable.
You're like I said, you can kind of see the town, or the kind of roof line of the town of Lonelywood.
We don't need to go to Lonelywood, and it's not that far to go to Brinchander, so we might as well just go to Brinchander.
Okay, you guys just want to kind of cut across the tundra?
Yeah, it'll be faster, and we already know we have specific things and we're dragging this guy along with us too, right? So let's just Brinchander it is.
Okay. The road's gonna basically.
If it was like a day's journey or something, maybe, but.
Now the road's gonna take you through Lonelywood, and then Tremolane, and then from Tremolane you basically would just head kind of south along the road. and be in Bryn Shander through like the North Gate. So as you kind of continue, everybody's got their fresh pelts and trophies and a weird acolyte hitched up to their birds. And
Dragging a weirdo.
yeah, I think he might not attract more questions, but so as you kind of make your way into this town, even now that you are kind of inside of it doesn't have a wall or anything, but inside kind of its limits, you see still no light from any of the windows, no fire from any of the chimneys, but there are, it appears to be like footprints through the snow, as if this lack of, kind of signs of life don't necessarily indicate that the city or town is abandoned.
So where do we want to stop first? Do we want to drop dude off at the church, or do we want to go to the tavern and see if we can get some money for this meat, see where we can sell this meat at, or do we want to go to the smith?
The smith. Yeah. And we know he does.
I mean, he might be able to point us in the right direction of like where we can sell everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
the acolyte can make his own way to the church.
Yeah,
right?
but I want to make sure I get paid for that. Like, we didn't just lose Orryn for him to just come wandering into town like, oh, I don't know where I've been.
We found it.
Yeah, we go to collect, and he's like, I've never seen these people
Yeah,
in my
exactly. Like, I made it here myself.
I mean, they're church people, and we saved his life. Like,
that doesn't mean nothing. I don't trust nobody.
okay, fair, fine.
I'll take that off.
Then let's go drop him off first.
Okay. As you get back through the gates of Bryn Shander, like I said, the town looks almost like abandoned, essentially. Not really, but there seems to be no traffic out in the streets. There's no fires from any chimneys, no torches lit along the way. That is until you get to the kind of temple, for what it's worth, of Lathander, where it is very well lit and very warm on the inside as you kind of walk up. And I gotta remember that dude's name.
It is Michonne.
Okay. He sits there kind of in a meditative state, and as you kind of enter the chapel, as it were, he gets up and turns around and is brought to tears by the sight of his apprentice. And they have a very kind of tender moment when they're reunited.
That's uncomfortable. I'm just like, so we brought your apprentice back.
Yes.
He made dumb decisions, but we rescued him.
That is what Lathander is for. It is designed to guide us to the light, even if we occasionally stumble in the darkness.
Oh, Orryn stumbled in the dark.
Actually,
so.
he was stumbling in the light, and you know what? I get what you're trying to say. Anyways, wait, did we agree to get paid for this? I forgot.
I think so.
Yes. We
Okay. So we did
There
our
were three things we got agreed to get paid for.
How much does this one pay?
This you didn't actually say how much,
Shit.
but you said if we went and found
it's
him
a
and brought
church
him
guy, it's
back.
Probably not a lot of, but
But I mean, it's something's better than nothing right now.
maybe he had. Like
Technically,
50 or
we
100
still are
gold.
poor.
Yeah.
Are we poor?
No.
I mean,
No, hell no. I don't know. Maybe
I like to
like-
think
I'm
I'm
like-
poor.
I don't
I
think
still
so.
haven't even added. We haven't sold that stuff yet, so I haven't even added hundreds of gold that we were supposed to all get.
Okay, yeah. That's I was like I said, I know in theory you guys had money, you just don't actually in possession of it
Oh
yet.
yeah. We just have nothing to spend it on.
He's gonna
Yeah.
give you a little coin purse of 20 gold.
Okay.
Aw.
Apologize and say that he wishes he could spare more, that the life and return of his apprentice is worth more than the gold he has. And after he does this, he kind of gathers everybody into a circle, hands on the shoulders of the two beings next to you, and he begins a prayer. And as if you were hit by like a deep sunlight for the first time in however long, you get
That
this
vitamin D.
you get this real kind of like amazing warmth and just kind of euphoria that he claims to be a blessing of Lathander.
This reminds me of that one time I went on vacation to the forgotten shores of Mexico. This is refreshing. I was going to
Want to buy a moose?
No, just
No,
tell
no,
him to
no.
keep the fires burning. Keep keep the warmth around. Like that could be his payment to make sure that
I'm just gonna ask him again
I hate to
because
sound corny, but the light and the warmth of Lathander shine bright in this in this dark tundra and despair.
This is my.
I'm gonna ask him if he has some like. So I'm still looking for some sort of tokens to cast the augury spell. That I need 25 gold piece worth of some type of tokens, so they can be like gem inlaid sticks or rolling dragon bones or ornate cards. It's just got to be some sort of divine token or tool.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask if he has anything like that. That's worth at least 25 gold pieces. I'm willing to buy it too. So I'm just like, hey, I explained that like, I feel like I have this. I'm looking for this. Like, I feel like I can use this ability, but I need this and he's a religious person. He might know about that.
He goes, I am always interested in helping people find the spark of the divine when they ask. Give me a moment. And he kind of disappears into this little space kind of behind the altar, and he comes back with a bag, probably about like yay big, and inside of it, he kind of shakes it and gives it to you. It's cinched to the top with like a leather strap.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up and look inside. What's inside?
It's going to look like fingers, but very large, very large, and they're going to be carved with runes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Are they like bones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We have friends with the Goliath tribes around here, and this is what they use to kind of commune with the spirits of nature and of higher beings.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. I'm gonna hand him 25 gold pieces.
I can't accept that. You've brought Macretus back to me, and if this helps you achieve some level of understanding, then it is a donation well given.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I just upped that reward to 45 gold pieces, guys. Good. I was worried he was gonna give me something with like Lathander's something on it, and I was like probably not gonna take that, but like this more speaks to me. I'm like I'm not opposed to Lathander. I'm just not. I didn't want to like take something specifically divine just in case that's not the person who's giving me and like
your deal.
potentially piss somebody off or something. So I'm not gonna play that game, but something more neutral like these spirit little totems or something is exactly what I'm going for. So I'll take them. Yeah. And I put them in like my little pouch.
Very well. If you'd like, we could get a meal together and enjoy the warmth together, or unless you have other things to attend to,
yeah,
we probably should see to Macretus and his well-being.
Yeah, just above the waist. We gotta deal with some stuff, and I point to like the carcasses like outside his church. It's like, oh, we got some things we gotta take care of, and but potentially later, we have to like meet some people and sell some stuff, but thank you. And maybe make sure your apprentice doesn't run off again.
I'm sure he's not going very far anymore.
Get out of here.
And we out. Apprentice back.
It's getting too religious in here. Let's.
As we're leaving, Jaatuuli a little louder than he should. I never thought to do scrimshaw on finger bones. That's a good idea.
Oh.
I'm going to do that next time.
And now the party is cutting off everybody's hands. You should see what I'm going to carve this into. Look how big its hands are.
I guess we're gonna head to the blacksmith next because this is the best place to take all these animals and all the stuff. So, off to the blacksmith. What's his name again? Isn't it like it's a funny name, isn't it?
Garn the Hammer. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you pull up to the familiar smithy, there are patches in the bay window. As you know, him and his sister get into it quite often, and she throws things. For the first time, the holes seem to be patched up. The large sled of iron that you had left is no longer there. And from the inside, you just hear the kind of familiar sounds of a hammer banging on an anvil.
I'll open the door.
As you open the door, you hear the kind of familiar two dwarven voices kind of arguing with each other. Nobody directly behind the counter, but the sounds come from the kind of back. And after a few moments, you hear a door slam after a particularly angry exchange, and Garn the Hammer kind of waddles out and is, you're back. Wow, you're back. Oh, okay. Wow,
we are here.
Yes, and I have your orders. I didn't think that I was going to see you again after the Battlehammer clan came and stole what we had rightly found.
Well, we talked them out of it. Not that they could have done anything to us anyway.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But so there was a little bit of a thing. So since our iron was gone, we couldn't so much make you things. However, there have been a lot of the he kind of looks around and tries to get a good gaze out his kind of bay window out in the streets. There's been a lot of those flaming fists around. and every couple of days a bunch of them show up willing to give me their best armor, their best weapons, in exchange for food or blankets. That they're so desperate that you should see the things I've acquired in the last couple of days, as they just seem to escape and are willing to give me anything to help them get out of here. And he was like, who wants to go first? And he seems very excited to show each of you what he's got for you.
I'll puff up. Jaatuuli will go first.
Yes. And he goes in the back and he pulls out something under a big piece of hide that you can't see, but you know it's probably about 4 feet long, and it looks he looks to be struggling carrying it for the kind of stout smith dwarf that he is. And he puts it up on the counter and looks at you. It's like, I don't, this must have come from a giant or something. He pulls back the cloth and has this just ridiculously large axe with a kind of blunt end on the backside. Beautifully crafted. The runes and etchings in it do look like the symbols that you saw in the Black Cabin earlier. And then I'll send everybody the stats blocks for their stuff. He kind of looks at you. They call it the Berserker Axe.
Excellent.
Very powerful.
Fancy.
But I warn you, it may be cursed.
Nothing Jaatuuli hasn't touched before.
Very good. I hope it serves you well. And kind of, all right, who's...
I clasp his forearm and shake his hand.
May it serve you well. Who's next?
Orryn jumps up, ready to go.
Yes. I'm afraid I wasn't entirely truthful about us not getting to make anything. We did get started on something, but luckily because you're small, we didn't need a lot of material. And so he kind of reaches back and pulls out a very tiny little set of plate mail armor. We only needed but 2-3 of those bricks from those dwarves to make this happen, and it should do very well for you. Try it on, make sure it fits.
Awesome. Let me take just a little bit to tinker with this and set it as my arcane armor. So he starts doing the ritual bits there. And when he finishes, you can think of an Iron Man sort of thing where it just starts to the magic pulls the plates onto Orryn's body, where it just automatically goes on. Takes 6 seconds for it.
Nice.
Suit up. Yeah.
So he kind of stands there, impressed, and so you like it? It works for you?
This will go great. I think I feel a lot more protected in this. I wish I had this just the other day. I was in a bit of a tight spot, but this will work.
Fabulous. He's going to look at Baldr. What about you? You want to see your boots?
Sure. If you were able to acquire something like that.
He's going to reach out. He's going to pull out these, what appear to be somewhat ordinary looking boots, with a very nice and plush fur lining. And if you look closely, they almost seem to have a small, like, flurry about them as they kind of sit on the countertop. Um, these are hard to come by in this area. For a flaming fist to give this up, he must have been very desperate. We hope that this serves you better than it served him.
I hope so as well. I feel I can put these to quite good use if it is what I think they are.
And then he looks at Kelroth. I have something for you. And he goes into the back and pulls out this shield. The straps on it, or at least one set of straps, are massive. You could probably wrap them around like basically your chest and waist. But there is
Wear it.
this is a second set of straps on the inside that are more proportional to an average humanoid. This was the buckler of a giant. It's about the right size for you. But I know there is something more to this. I tried to melt it. I tried to hammer it. I tried to do everything. This thing will not budge. Spend some time with it. Get to know it. And I'm sure it will serve you well.
Cool. I'm down with a big ass shield. That's cool. I mean, I'm a little bit stronger now too.
You should try to put on
Out a
like
little bit.
try to wear it with the big straps.
Is so yeah, I take it. I guess I'm like, well, I guess I won't need this, and I handed my old shield. And I'm gonna ask if he has some heavy armor. I do have the strength requirements to wear the heaviest of armors, so I could upgrade my armor. I know it's expensive though.
I could get it for you. The way these flaming fists are come in, it could come in by the morning for all I know. It's gonna be a little harder to make it now that the dwarves took their iron back. I only needed a little bit for your friend there.
Yeah.
But sure. If you guys stick
That's okay. I mean, I don't need it right now.
Sure.
But if you could procure it for me, that'd be pretty awesome.
Absolutely. And knowing that you guys are still out there and hopefully with this stuff gonna do better, and I'd happily get it for you.
Cool. Do you have since you're really the only merchant around that's still operating, do you have any I don't know, random items that might be useful, like potions of healing or other things that adventurers might find of use?
I've got 4 potions. Those are really hard to come by. Is one of the things that the Flaming Fist guys are trading for. It's apparently really, really bad at that camp. But I do have 4 of them.
Just like common healing potions?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I want to buy those. They're like 50 gold each, right?
Mm-hmm.
Healing.
He's gonna kind of look outside, and I don't know. Looks like you guys are here to do more than just pick up your stuff. What's all that outside?
Oh yeah, we sort of did some hunting. and on our way here, we caught ourselves a bear. Well,
A bear.
and we caught ourselves a moose.
What
You know,
kind of
they're
wait,
mostly
moose,
intact.
what kind of moose? And he's gonna kind of push his way past you and
Outside.
Sort of a
look out his
demon
window.
moose that like
A bloody
attacked
moose.
us.
Did you kill that moose?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it attacked us.
Oh no. Lonelywood's gonna be in trouble. And that's where we will end it for the evening.
Orryn's gonna
Boo.
point at Jaatuuli before we end. Just like, he did it.
Hey,
Boo.
All right. So we made it back to Bryn Shander. It took a little while, but you made it. You know, and a couple little things. You saved the acolyte, very good. Saved Orryn. That was good. That was gonna be weird.
Yeah, but we didn't save the forest apparently, so that's
We'll fix it later.
we're not hippies. We're good.
We
no.
solved 2 problems, made 1. We're making progress.
Yeah,
feel like
that's
that's
Two
a net-
steps, 2 steps forward, 1 step back is not progress.
It is
It's progress. It's 2
slow.
steps forward.
It's slow progress.
It's just slow. Yeah. And I, since he had 4 healing potions, I give everyone 1,
Oh, yay!
and I deduct 200 gold pieces, and we can figure out like how much what our gold should be.
Yeah. The actual like kind of business transaction will take place between like before we start. Next time you guys will all be gold up, and he'll probably have a story
Yeah,
to tell
selling
about,
all the garnets and quartz and
and have a story to tell about why
aquamarines.
Lonelywood's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
he can
hear
tell
about
us-
the sadness.
tell us why we're bad people. Why Jaatuli's a bad person.
How dare you defend yourself?
Against that angry moose. All right.
Hey
yeah.
man, I only go in afterwards.
You went in first.
I try to ride it.
Yeah.
I try to make friends.
Ride it away from everyone, did you?
You try to ride it with your jaw.
All right. So another great session, you guys. Thank you. Before we get out of here, let's go ahead and meet the amazing people behind these characters that seem to just never really do the right thing. If only your
No.
DM wasn't into like pros and cons of everything. But yeah, let's start with Orryn killed the. Wait, you killed the moose, yeah?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So,
Technically, yeah.
We'll start with Orryn,
The moose killer.
Yeah,
He
Orryn,
did like a
the
tenth of the
Bullwinkle
damage.
Slayer.
He
Yeah.
did like a 10th of the damage. He just managed to get that last hit. But anyways, I'm Landon Baker. Played Orryn tonight, of course. I'm a software developer. I enjoy Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy games. Pretty much anything to do with like medieval stuff in general. I'm usually interested in. I have a wife and I have 2 Saint Bernards. One of them actually weighs as much as I do, so that's always fun when they want to chase a squirrel or something. It's always a fun time. But you know, they are awesome and they are my puppies. So. But that's a short description of me.
Nice. Yeah, man, I was worried about Orryn there for a second there. Just
I was very worried about Orryn, actually, especially at the end of the other week. And with the Cold Light Walkers, I said a little bit during the break, but Orryn is designed to be more of a support character. Because, man, if I have to fight one of these by myself, I'm in bed.
yeah. All right. We will now move to Tenta, who was the kind soul to jump into the void after his little buddy Orryn. Jaatuuli, tell us about Tenta.
I'm Tenta. I've been playing D&D for 15 years now. I also play Shadowrun, Mutants and Masterminds, all kinds of fun things. And I like wrestling. I like MMA. I like bare knuckle fighting. I like medieval history, and I like metal a lot. And I now have the title for one of my metal songs in the Lightwalker there.
Oh, Lightwalker.
Oh man, it's gonna be so good. I already hear it. And yeah, I just had a great time with these guys as always. And you can come talk to me on Rip Tenta Squeeze on Twitter. And yeah, that's
Awesome.
me.
Awesome. Yeah, also played the last 2 weeks on the Wednesday show, so thanks for that. Brumby was a lot of fun.
Brumby is a tremendously fun character.
All right. Let's move on to the member of the party closest to me, because he just lives on the other side of town. Baldr, tell us about Lewis.
I am Lewis. I played Baldr this evening. I am a catering chef by day and a husband and new father of two by night. And when I'm not doing all of that, I'm usually either playing some sort of video game on Xbox or on Steam. I'm a huge nerd, but usually of the video game or movie variety. So yeah, but I will be playing on the One Shot Wednesday tomorrow night on this channel. For the level, what is it, 15 that
15.
we are playing.
15.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to play in Tier 3. That is one of the first times I've ever played, so I'm excited, and I can't wait.
Yeah. And let's finish off with our international correspondent from the Florida of Canada. Kelroth, tell us about Dustin.
Yeah, my name's Dustin. I live in Vancouver, Canada. The Florida of Canada. Not sure that's appropriate, but
I like
Climate-wise.
climate-wise,
I don't know if
maybe
Vancouver man is a thing.
more like San Francisco.
Okay.
But yeah, I like the games. I play a lot of video games. I've always been a dungeon master, but thanks to this, I've had the opportunity to be a player. And yeah, I like to play. I like to break the rules and play unusual characters usually. In our one shot, I played a more traditional barbarian, but yeah, well, I'm having fun, and I'm excited to see where the story takes us.
Awesome. All right. That's our amazing cast, as always, doing their best to just be great. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, Dungeon Master and host. I want to thank everybody who came out tonight, most specifically these great players. Wiley Hobbit, who threw us a sub today. Really appreciate it. As you know, we made Twitch affiliate, which means we have cool sub badges and emotes, which you may have seen in chat during the show. And yeah, so thanks for coming out tonight. And also tomorrow night on this channel, 7 o'clock Eastern, as Lewis said, we're going to do our new show, One Shot Wednesdays, featuring a level 15 one-shot Alcazar's Appendix from Candlekeep Mysteries. So I will see Landon and Lewis tomorrow. And I want to give a big thanks to Dustin and Tenta, who came out for the first two-part narrative we did on One Shot Wednesdays. And hopefully they had a great time. Hopefully Landon and Lewis have a good time. Level 15 one-shot with the magical items I've allowed them to have should be a beautiful, high-rolling mess of combat. So tune in for a mathematical disaster tomorrow night here 7 o'clock. And if we don't see you tomorrow night, hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday back here for a next episode of Twilight Malediction. So if I don't see you tomorrow, see you next week. And everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming out, and we will see you all later.